What's up, guys? Stand-Up TV here, of course, with the news that you guys care about. And there was just not a whole lot of news last week, at least not a whole lot of concrete news. There's always rumors and speculations and things like that to be thrown around. And, you know, the things that we want out of games and that sort of thing. But there wasn't really anything concrete. And that usually happens right after a convention like Gamescom, or right before a convention like Tokyo Game Show, Paris Games Week, or one of those. And that's generally where we get the news, is from these conventions that happen throughout the year. There's also going to be an upcoming PlayStation event, an upcoming Nintendo event, all of these things. And last week was just one of those slow news weeks, and it just wasn't anything very concrete out there as far as news goes, except for with Nintendo. Now, I've been debating on whether to keep covering Nintendo or not, because obviously I get a lot of views on the Nintendo coverage. I do. However, Nintendo constantly combats me with copyright claims. For example, just a couple of weeks ago when I was reporting on Nintendo needing to put a better message out there and work better with their marketing teams and really understand their customer base, and I was using the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild footage that they use as marketing material for sites like IGN and Rooster Teeth, GameSpot, and countless of those. I used the same marketing materials to illustrate my point when talking about Zelda Breath of the Wild going to NX, and I got a copyright claim from Nintendo. Now, I did dispute the claim, claiming it was fair use. I was using it for news commentary and for educational purposes and whatnot. However, my copyright claim was denied. Now, I could appeal that, and that would probably result in me getting a copyright strike, because I would still lose that, and I'm just a small YouTube channel that typically can't do anything about that because I don't have the large-scale money needed for legal fees and whatnot. So I'm kind of torn. Do I keep covering Nintendo? You know, movie companies do the same thing. When I was talking about the feminist Harley Quinn, I showed some footage of the trailer footage of Suicide Squad, and that got claimed, and there's nothing I can do about that. I disputed that and got shut down as well. Fortunately, there are other YouTubers out here like Doug Walker that are fighting this battle for me, and maybe YouTube will have to take a look at the rules and change them, and hopefully that happens. So as of right now, I'm personally not fighting the battle, but there are other larger YouTube channels out there that are fighting that battle on YouTubers alike, on the behalf of many people. So hopefully that fight continues to draw in the content creators' favor. Getting into today's topic, Reggie Fils-aime came out and said, you know what, we've pretty much not done a good job with the Wii U, and we're sorry. A matter of fact, he said, quote, one of the things that we have to do better when we launch the NX, we have to do a better job communicating the positioning for the product. We have to do a better job helping people to understand its uniqueness and what that means for the game playing experience. Look, we've been saying this for a long time. A lot of people thought that the Wii U was just an add-on for the Nintendo Wii. And obviously we know different now, right? But does the average consumer, people that follow this game industry does, but does the average consumer? Another thing that's really hurt this Wii U console is that it was just underpowered. It was not a legit next generation console. Third-party people pulled out and stopped working on it because we can make better games for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, where Nintendo's kind of left behind. They're putting out a system that's very dated. Fils-aime goes on to say that we have to do a better job from a software planning standpoint to have that continuous beat of great new games that are motivating more and more people to pick up the hardware and more people to pick up the software. That's fantastic. That means you got to draw in your third-party games, and so far they've been able to do that. They've anchored down Activision and Warner Brothers, and Square Enix, who all three said that they're going to help produce content for the Nintendo NX, and I want this to succeed, and I hope that the console is innovative and powerful enough continuing forward, or at least easy to develop for, which the Wii U also wasn't that. As a matter of fact, one anonymous developer at one point in time talked about when he was trying to develop for the Wii U that the people over at Nintendo had never used online internet services for like PlayStation Network or Xbox Live or Steam, so they weren't able to give out any full details or on what their online experience was. And it's not like the online gaming wasn't a thing during the Wii's life cycle. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 had huge online services during the Wii's run. So you would think that Nintendo would have to address that during the Wii U, but they kind of lacklusterly done so. So it is what it is, guys. Hopefully Nintendo is doing better. Hopefully they do get back on track, and hopefully Reggie Fils-aime does get the messaging right this time. It's something that they did neglect during the Wii U's life cycle, and there was, by the time we get to now, there's just no time to correct it without, caving in and moving the goalpost forward by putting a new console out. So, when you look at the titles that were coming out, they were coming out in clumps, and then you would have long periods without games. I hope that Nintendo, with first party and third party support, is able to tentpole games throughout each year of the NX's life cycle. That will definitely have people coming back more and more to pick up their hardware, and I hope that they've learned a valuable lesson from what they did with the Wii U. But anyway, that's just my opinion, one guy's opinion. I hope it sounds like Nintendo is waking up and having a reality check. Oh my God, what do we do going forward? But is it a little too late? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a like and hit the subscribe button. Metal Gear Survive. That's right. And it will be releasing in 2017. Metal Gear Survive takes place in an alternate dimension, universe, and will be a third-player co-op survival stuff horror type zombie. Literally took something half-baked, slapped the Metal Gear name on it, and said, here you go, we're using Metal Gear assets, so we're going to call it Metal Gear, and we're going to try to